But it's funny. I'm actually right here in my Seven Continents expedition.
Oh, nice.
But you don't want to know how many planes have trouble with these very high altitudes.
Yeah, I can imagine. At 7,000 feet currently. About
790.
Alright, I'm coming over.
Well, and did you hang on for that DC-6 fight in Namibia?
I took part in the first leg with Murphy's group.
Yeah, I got bored waiting for the Twitch stream to start, and then for them to do all their preamble and all the talking. It goes, oh, I'm going. I ain't waiting any longer. Good flight though.
It was fun. I crashed the Corsair after I landed, actually.
It's better to crash it after you land it than before you land it, though, right?
Yes, but it's embarrassing. You get the landing sort of right, and then without too much bouncing, and then you taxi to your parking position, and then you tip over.
Yeah, you relax too early.
Kind of like on these flights when you're the last one in, everybody's watching your landing.
Well, that's why I always try and get there first, so I just slam it face first in the deck and then slew into a beautiful parking position.
Yeah, but usually Murphy's group is rather relaxed, so it's not too embarrassing. So they don't get any snide comments or something like that.
Yeah, I suppose you're not actually bending anything. There isn't really any embarrassment, really. Unless you're obviously lost in a thunderstorm and everyone's trying to talk you in.
Yeah, but that was funny. I mean, it's. I look at this runway and I wonder how did we miss it last time?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even realise there's a whole town here.
I think we're going over Huancayo today, maybe? Yeah, we're turning right at Huancayo. It's where my uncle served his mission, religious mission. I have lots of artifacts, or not artifacts. I have lots of tourist gifts from Huancayo.
So we'll call them artifacts.
Yeah, we'll call them artifacts because they definitely weren't made in the year 2016 to look old.
Are we talking 5 years and a bit dusty old,
Yeah.
or dug out the ground 1,000 years ago old?
The mold they were made from were at the ground.
I feel like an artifact at times.
Yeah,
I think the mold got broken though.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I've just been dug up by Indiana Jones and wish he'd just left me there,
Well, I got 1 o'clock here, guys.
Yeah, dragging you back. You okay
yep,
now?
I'm right behind you, I think.
Okay.
Or somewhere.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Let's roll.
Sure am.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
That crosswind.
Man,
Yeah.
that is quite a crosswind, yeah.
Didn't help that I was firewalled either.
Yeah, I'm trying to unlearn that firewalling with this plane. Never a good idea.
Never
Especially
heard
at takeoff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe we're going to be going as quite as high today as we did last week.
We're sticking kind of close to the coast.
But we are already at 12,000 feet, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So not getting high is relative.
Right. Just get this trim straight away.
Anybody have any problems with the hot fix?
Yeah. This is the first flight I've had since down there.
Yeah, I've had a few. I haven't had any problems yet.
That crashed me a couple of times.
Did it?
Yeah, and I had updates for the couple of Coronado aircraft I have, and they both crashed my.
I
crashed
understand
together.
with Coronado, that's a common occurrence.
Yeah, that Mooney's broken.
First time it's happened to me.
I wish it was.
I've
or
heard a
else
lot
I'd
of
buy it.
people.
I updated my Coronado planes and it works. Everything worked, so I didn't have any problems at all.
Well, there were two. There was a hot fix and an update, and I did one, didn't realize there was another one coming, and I think maybe the Coronado updates were supposed to be done after the second one. It's the nearest thing I could figure. But I literally spent hours yesterday trying to get the stupid sim to work. And I ended up downloading or deleting the Waco, which is the one of the aircraft I used to love to fly till they busted it in SU-5.
The Waco worked after SU-5. They only had to fix the fuel gauge, the fuel thing. After that, it worked.
I couldn't get it to work worth a damn after the SU-5.
Really?
It yeah, all over the runway, couldn't control it. And I was flying it quite well before I knew how to fly tail grinders. But anyway, I haven't flown it in months. I guess it's no skin off my nose if I don't.
Reminds me, I need to fly the Stearman again. Hadn't
That's what
flown
I
it
said.
in a while.
What I said on the forum, if I need a biplane fix, I'll fly the Stearman.
Yeah, the Stearman is nice, but I like the Waco better. Actually, I think it's more fun to fly. But to be fair, I haven't flown it in a while. I updated it, but I haven't flown it yet, so that might be the reason. I'm just happy that they finally fixed the Mooney.
Yeah, I probably should have emptied my community folder yesterday when I did it, but I haven't had any issues. Oh well. Fingers crossed.
Well, I'm glad they fixed a terrain spike in Austria or something. I mean, that justified a hotfix all by itself, right?
Yeah.
The only plane that I have trouble with right now is the Trinidad, because I can't do the proper cold dark start. It just won't the engine won't catch when you start it.
Weird.
So I think the only thing that happened to me is all my controller profiles that I'd spent 2 weeks setting up were wiped, so I had to start again. I didn't have the muscle memory, so I couldn't remember what I'd put on which control.
Is there a
Yeah,
file,
it
a
sucks.
config file in the that you can back up that's got all those?
I don't
in there?
know. People say there is, but I went looking for docs to see, maybe I had a backup somewhere, but
Sure.
no, I just did it from scratch. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way of backing up because
Be
if
something.
it's just an Xbox controller, it takes you 10 minutes to sort it out. But when you got
Right.
a stick and all the rest of it, plus combinations.
Great. Yeah, there's got to be a controller profile somewhere that you can back up.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay.
apparently it's in the cloud, but it's whether or not you can back it up somehow.
Oh,
That's what I heard too.
Hey, that's personal information I want to download.
right.
Well, plane goes up, plane goes down, plane goes left, plane goes right, goes faster, goes slower, so that's probably all I actually need right now.
Yeah, at least for this aircraft. Although it is nice to have your sensitivities and stuff.
No, I'm doing exactly as Microsoft have decided that's a good starting position. So, yeah, I've got no dead zone at the moment, so it's a bit drifty.
That's a problem right there.
I did fire up the King Air this morning just for a giggle, and the engine shut down immediately because if it's not getting a constant mixture, it shuts down turboprops, which is just batshit crazy. Don't know what's going on there.
Wow.
I've been flying the SR-22 here lately. It's mighty nice.
Yeah, it's
That
probably pretty good
along
with the
the
750. It's probably a pretty nice aircraft to fly around.
Yeah,
I
well, I've got
love
the whole
any aircraft that's got the GTN 750 in it, but the SR-22's got the G1000 NXI, so
Sure.
still pretty good.
I'm having issues with that 750. It's not saving stuff in the catalog.
Does it show up? In
No,
other words, your flight plan, whenever you
no.
download it in there, it's not showing up?
Oh, it'll show up if I download it in, but it's when I save it in the catalog, I can't go back and pick it up.
Did you hit the store button?
Probably, but I'll have to check it again. Yes, I did.
Okay, well, yep, you definitely have to hit the store button. You do that, it ought to save it. And then when you go in the menu and you go and look at your catalog, it should show up in there.
Well, I followed the instructions on that manual. That oh God, who did that?
CMS 50?
No, this is
Is that the one that Anton put up?
yeah, Anton. I'm trying to think of his name.
No, I've tried to put some of those real long flight plans in there, like oh hell, the 7 Continents or the World Tour or something, and they wouldn't even show up.
Yeah, well, one that I was trying to put in was the Expedition Andes, and
Yeah,
it's it's saved on my machine. But if I go into the 750 now and try and go load it, or if I try and load it from here, it won't see it.
well, I did save that one.
So I will.
Make sure that when you put it in there that you hit the store button and then go in and look in the catalog and see if it's saved.
Yeah, I checked it, and it said Anton's instructions were from before the last update on the GTN, and said you have to hit it twice. hit store twice, so I hit store twice and I ended up with 2 flight plans in there.
Yeah, right now you only have to hit it once with the latest update, that 1.09 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I
2.09.
downloaded that yesterday.
Yeah, they fixed that to where you only have to hit the store button once. That's why you got 2 flight plans.
Well, I have 0 flight plans today, so,
Uh-oh.
and it should have saved it.
It shoulda, yeah. Now, did you do that, it only saves it for the aircraft that you're in? Did
Oh,
you use
really?
the same
Okay.
aircraft? Yeah.
All right, different aircraft.
Okay, that's fine.
That explains it.
You get 30 flight plans per aircraft, and it only saves it to the aircraft that you're in.
Aha, okay.
So
Well.
if you're going to use the panel on Expedition Andes, then what you have to do is make sure that you use it on, if you're going to use the gravel, then you can save it to the gravel, and then when you pop it up on your pop-up panel, you know, that
Yep.
you have on the gravel,
Yep,
and it'll all be in there.
that explains it because I was in a different aircraft. I can't remember what I was in, but it was different than
If
this.
you're, if you're like me, I'd take the Vertigo or something like that, and then scope out the flight plans ahead of time. If I have it in there, then I have to remember to transfer it to the gravel to make it work.
Yeah, I think what I was using yesterday, I was flying the Cessna 140
Okay.
or the 170, one or the other.
The gravel has a pop-up menu.
You can, for the GTN 750, if you have it, you can go up to the top bar and load it, and it's just basically a floating window, so you can have
Yeah.
it
Okay.
GPS. And
Okay.
I use it to replace the junk the map that comes with
VFR map.
The VFR
yeah,
map.
the VFR map. That thing's worthless.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Okay, then I was
Yeah.
just wondering because some other planes have hidden features like I think the 140 or something, where you can have a modern avionics instead of the original equipment. I
Oh,
thought all of
okay.
a sudden the gravel had something like that as well, and I was surprised about.
Yeah, since I'm in VR, I'd rather use Little Nav Map. I got that one guy who makes it. Little Nav Map will come up in VR. So
Yeah.
Little nav map's hard to beat,
I think
it sure is.
think-
and the price is right.
the only thing holding me back
Yeah.
from playing or doing these trips in VR is because I stream it. But I think I'm getting to the point where streaming it is possible in VR without getting that binocular effect. So
There's a way that you can get away from that binocular
Well,
effect, and I don't know how
yeah,
to do
so
it.
I've figured it out. I can do it now. It's a lot more work to stream in VR because I can't look at 3 screens with separate data now. I've got Open VR Toolkit, which means I can bring Windows into VR. So I think I'm about close
Okay.
enough to start doing these things in VR.
Nice.
Everything else I fly in VR, it's just not these legs.
Right.
Yeah, I got to learn how to do that.
Right now I have 3 monitors with 4 open windows. Gotta figure out how to put those all in VR and run decent as well.
Right. That's the trick. That'll lose
Oh,
the
you're
Yeah,
crazy.
running all that plus flying too. You know, that puts a hell of a load on the
Yep.
system.
And my system may not be up to stuff on able to do that yet. So we'll see.
So are you guys using the free version of the 750 or the premium version?
Maybe premium. I just bought the lifetime. It's like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's what I did.
I bought the yearly, but I'm gonna buy the lifetime.
Yeah, it's, what is it? How much is it a month? Like $20 a month or $25 or something like that. Or
Yep,
just buy the
25
life.
bucks a year or 75 lifetime.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they've got it fixed now to where if you buy the yearly and try it out, all you have to pay is $50 extra to get the lifetime. So why not?
I hedged around about it and went ahead and bought the lifetime. I figured I'll probably be using it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I use it for every flight now, so it's.
I
because
do too. Any chance I get.
You know, I've got the Navigaf subscription stuff already. And
Yep.
That VTAR thing is free for like 400 requests a day or whatever, so I use that too.
I mean, probably won't get to that, will you? You
Yeah,
reckon
no.
you'll get to
Yeah.
400 a day?
Yeah, no, you're not. Yeah, you're not gonna get to anywhere near that. So
I've got a question on the GTN. Is there,
What?
a lot of the flight plans and stuff that I've been flying have, you know, very short legs between waypoints. Is there any way to activate the whole flight plan so you don't have to activate each leg when you get to it?
what do you? I mean, it
You
should.
talking about-
It should automatically just activate the current leg that you're on. Like, I mean, I'm not going in and manually activating legs as I get to waypoints.
Okay, well, that's what I was having to do. Maybe I didn't have to do it.
Now
Yes,
there is a bug just with the sim in general for whatever reason. That first leg generally isn't activating, so usually what I have to do, and I've noticed this a lot with guys that are flying on the Bush League and stuff, is we'll have to go into our flight plan and activate that first leg. I had to do it on this one too. When I at the starting airport, I had to go into the flight plan, click on waypoint 1, and go activate leg, and then
Yeah.
it activated it. But whenever I get to the next waypoint, it automatically switches to the next one. So
Okay,
Yeah,
I will try
I've
that.
noticed that too.
I
yeah,
will
that's
try
a
that and
bug
see
or
if it
something
picks
going
it up.
on.
Because it's slow to pick up.
Yeah, you
the next
usually have to be right on top of it. Like, you almost have to be right on top, like within like half a mile of the waypoint before it'll switch to the next one.
picky.
Yeah, it's pretty picky.
Well, thanks for that info. I feel a little bit better equipped to operate it now.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think that, because I think, at least the way the waypoints used to work before all the updates and stuff, you'd kind of start to get into that arc, and it would automatically kind of switch, and that those arcs are usually within a couple miles. But I've noticed on this, even though I've got a really nice arc drawn on the GTN, like, it wants you to basically just fly almost right to that waypoint before it'll switch over. So
Yeah, I wind up usually having to hand fly the first leg and then activate it at the next waypoint or whatever I've got, and then it usually picks up and flies normal.
yeah, there's also some sort of weird bug that it usually will fly like the runway heading for a while, and then it'll like start to track back onto the flight, which is kind of weird.
I don't think it's a bug. I think it's actually something that they worked on in the flight plan, because it actually has its own name. It's the same with when you approach an airport, and
Sure.
we move you to a position and that so that you are on in line with the runway.
With the runway, yeah. I
But
mean, that makes sense. It's just when you're not used to it, everybody's like, "What is going on?
Yeah,
Like, why am I
yeah.
flying?"
You
And it's
turn out
probably-
early and then it makes you do a double
Right.
back until you get to the end of the runway, and then it
Exactly.
kicks
You
it
have
off.
to switch on the autopilot real early in order not to make a loop.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha. That makes sense.
Even the flight assistant in the stem will do that as well. It'll depart to the south and it'll hold that heading for like a couple of miles till it gets to like an outer marker or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably some kind of fudge procedure thing. You know, they don't want people departing midway along the runway, you know, into the circuit or something. So I guess they
Yeah.
kind of build that in.
Yeah.
In
I mean, I
real
get
life,
it.
it won't do that, so that's an Asobo thing.
Does anybody else have the issue that since the last update, your autopilot tries to take over radio control?
If sometimes I'll set it if I'm doing like tube flying and stuff. I'll set the AI to control the radios because I just can't be bothered to constantly be switching it. I barely even use the ATC anymore anyway. I'll do like flight following just for like traffic notifications, but that's about it. But yeah, if I turn it off, like I had it on, I forgot about it. But if I turn it off now, next time I load in, it should be off, but that's not a guarantee.
Yeah, but for me, it's the other way around. I never fly with ATC control on, I never had my co-pilot switched on. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden, sometimes she just starts talking and demanding a squawk code and whatever.
Oh, that's
and
weird.
It's very annoying. And
Yeah.
I switch it off, and then maybe sometimes the next time I boot up the game, it's on again. So it's
Yeah,
very
that's
weird.
weird.
It's something that happens that started happening since last update. So since World Update, Sim Update 5.
Yeah, maybe the AI thinks you need some help.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This guy has no idea what he's doing, so.
And they should look at my landings and not at me taking off. I mean,
Right.
we should get the plane into the air, getting down again. That's the problem.
Right.
I do wish sometimes that stuff would turn on automatically. You know, you get to like 12 miles from your landing and you haven't even started your descent yet, and you think, you know what, I just want to press a button and let it do it all itself.
Well, if they get VNAV corrected,
Yeah.
although I guess the working title NXI has got some sort of VNAV working in it, but
Speaking of autopilots, what happened to the autopilot function in the gravel?
never was
That's
one.
always been one of those config file deals that you have to set up.
Oh yeah, I guess you can't go into the config, change the 0 to a 1 or whatever for the autopilot.
Ah,
And if you have an update, you have to go back in and redo it. So
yeah,
it'll-
like
it'll
like
get rid
the
of it.
like the airspeed indicator. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Just go in the config file and it'll have config autopilot or something like that, and then just put a 1 in there instead of a 0.
Got it.
That's why I like the X-Cub so much, but it can't really fly very well at these altitudes. It's so slow. You need all the
Yeah.
extra horsepower that the gravel has up here.
At this altitude, probably our true airspeed is pretty good, and ground speed, depending on the wind, is all right. And the indicated airspeed
Almost
is
150
pretty slow.
ground right now. It's showing at least on the GTN.
Yeah, I'm showing 154 right now.
12 knot tailwind.
Got it indicated of about 105.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Yeah, that 12 knot tailwind's giving us a little bit of help.
I wonder if there's a massive thunderstorm at our destination.
Right.
That was a
if-
trip, wasn't it?
If,
Man,
if
that
there's
was
another
fun.
one today, I'm going to call conspiracy.
Right, yeah.
Maybe this time it's a blizzard or something.
Yeah, right.
It was nuts. I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh, it's a shower there. Oh no, it's a thunderstorm. We'll be past it by the time we get to it. Actually, that's directly over the airfield.
Well, I was looking at, according to my, little map, I should have been right over the, right close to the airfield. I was making an approach, and I just happened to look out the window, and maybe 20 feet below me, there's a bunch of shrubs. I said, wait a minute, this isn't right.
Right.
Went back up to go around again, lined up on the runway, and then somebody was already on the runway, and I saw their lights, and I kind of cued on that. And came in where I thought I was low enough, cut the engine with a Hail Mary, and touched down and bounced about 3 times.
Yeah, that was hairy, man. That was
sketchy.
pretty bad.
It's been the hairiest landings I've ever done.
I was circling there, and at the end I saw the runway. I was perpendicular to it, and I touched down anyway because there was no way I was going to find it again.
Yeah, you're like, screw it, going for it.
But no, I was impressed. That was proper weather.
Yeah.
It was fun, definitely. Yeah.
We had one place up in Alaska where the winds were just horrendous. That was
One day with the
that was
crosswind the whole way.
bit of a pistol to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but at least you could see your touchdown point.
At least you could see the airport.
Yeah. Yeah, any time we had bad weather up in Alaska, I think we at least had a runway with lights. That one was completely unlit.
Dark.
Yeah, that was bad.
Well, the good thing was everybody made it.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting. I didn't know whether the hell I was going to make it.
Yeah, I haven't had any screaming nightmares this week. Where you going, Rocket?
Do what?
You guys, you say you and Wayland are heading way off there.
I'm just following him. I'm just following him because I don't see the flight plan in the VFR map. So if you're telling me he's wrong, then I'm not
It's okay. Rocket can't see it either.
Right. I'm tracking 173 to the next waypoint.
You're telling me now?
Well, we kind of like see you like going, just keep going off into the distance, and the rest of us are turning.
Sorry about that, guys.
Send us a postcard from Fiji,
Yeah.
or wherever you're going.
Yeah.
I think I got interested in looking at the lakes and stuff down there and wasn't paying attention to where I was going.
Turns out we ended up in Tahiti.
It's okay though. I had Welland with me, so it was fine.
Changed over to the fall weather a few days early. Looks wasn't expecting fall colors down here. but-
Yeah, I think it might be the Four Seasons pack that's kind of not set up correctly for south. So I have it selected for fall
Yeah.
north and spring south, and I still get fall everywhere.
Oh, weird. That's really
I don't
odd.
know if it's
Good
been
to know, I
updated
guess.
recently or not.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah,
It was updated a couple of days ago to 613, and
Yeah.
I've got that, and I'm still seeing full colours on the trees.
Might be something to tell
Yeah,
him.
I'm seeing it too.
Like, just
Yeah.
an FYI.
It's fall everywhere.
Those are spring colors. They're blooming.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm colorblind.
Yeah, right.
Oof.
Yeah, these blue trees, they're really pretty, aren't they?
If you report it to him, he'll fix it in an hour or so.
Oh,
Ain't that the
always.
truth?
He's incredible.
Might have to do that.
We're south of the equator, so
That's what he says, fall north and spring south.
I'll just send him a clip. I'll send him a highlight of the video where we talk about it. show them what it looks like.
Right to
Oh,
him, we're
man.
at 16,500 feet and still seeing all colors in South America.
Oh man, that tree over there, it's red. It looks like autumn. This game is unplayable.
Yeah, imagine complaining about the sim because of mods you have loaded in and it's not actually the sim.
Oh,
Right,
I've seen that on the forum loads of
that's
times.
what I'm referencing. It's just nuts. It's like, come on, guys. It's not even their fault now at this point.
Right.
It's your own dumb.
It's your own stuff, dude.
Yeah.
That's what makes me wonder, like, I have to wonder, like, most of these guys that have just crazy issues constantly, like...
Yeah, I bet the
empty your
community folder is like
because-
300 gigs or something, and they're just...
Right.
I mean, like, mine's almost 200 gigs. It's almost bigger than the game itself, but I use add-on linkers,
Right.
so, like,
Yeah,
I don't ever have all of them
Right.
enabled.
Yeah, like, when I do the Bush League flights, they've got so many
And, like,
liveries
sceneries and...
for their
Oh,
X
yeah, for
Cubs
sure.
and stuff. Like, it takes forever. Like, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes for the game
Yep.
to even load up because I run all the
I used to
liveries.
have, like-
because we usually have flights of like 50 plus
Yeah.
people.
I used to have, like, you know, the livery mega pack that was a big deal for a while. I used to have
Right.
all of them enabled just so that so that no one was a bonanza. But that's like 60 gigabytes
Right.
of just it's
Yeah.
nuts. So and now I don't fly with anybody that uses those liveries, so it's fine. But they're still fun to have.
Yeah.
I just checked mine. It's only 8 gig, and only half of that is add-on LinkedIn.
I think
So
Right.
I'm obviously not
I think
trying hard
most of
enough.
mine are either like sceneries by Kev or like, you know, somewhat bigger packs and then just livery packs. And I guess a lot of, because
Oh,
I make liveries, so I guess a lot of them are assets and stuff. And broken liveries I
Right.
just needed to delete and archive. And
yeah, I guess some of those terrain meshes for like Austria and stuff are
Yeah.
huge, aren't they?
I've got
Yeah,
like
they're
the We Love
gigabits.
VFR and the DEMS from all over the place. The Canada, BC, which may not ever use that again. I don't know. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't flown in Austria yet from the update, but I saw some pictures of the default dims, and like they're really good, I guess. Like, so
It is good. I was just in there this morning
like the point,
in
like
Austria and Switzerland.
the bump mapping, even like down to like a couple feet is like individual like boulders, like in rock. Like Jesus Christ.
I was in Switzerland this morning and I crashed a Husky into a mountain because I didn't expect it to be this high.
Yeah, I took the AS33 out for another go with a glider in Austria the other day, and yeah, just 2 hours floating around. Absolute bliss it was.
Yeah, I wish they would get the thermal stuff figured out.
kind of bumpy over here.
They got back in that at best 10 days and stuff.
168 knots ground speed, 24 knots up the arse. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're not landing across one. Like, well, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, guys.
It's the gravel, always works.
Always right, it's fine. Be like that day in Canada where we were all helicopters.
Or all vertigos and are crashing left and right.
Right, yeah.
I can't remember who I was with. It was early on with the gravel. It might have actually been with Ray, actually. I mean, flying into Dubai, we'd come up the coast, obviously all the landmarks, and we actually got to Dubai International, and it was, I think it was like 32 men dead crosswind.
Jesus.
So we just landed across the threshold with like half the runway width left to go. It was like, well,
Well,
you can stick your up and down runways, we'll just land across it.
Right, yeah, exactly. Wow. Still impressed by the detail bring down here.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I thought it was going to be, like parts of Alaska were.
Right. It's a little bit of a long,
Rough flying over these mountains.
long lake here. Yeah, it is.
Oof.
Yeah, that
Proper
wind
job.
wind is like, no, you're gonna go this way now, dude.
I've got a tailwind of 19 knots, so kind of
That's kind of
a
at
little
a
bit of an angle.
yeah, it's a little bit of a tail cross one, a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like I've got about 3 degrees of drift on here.
Yeah, I'm definitely crabbing a bit here.
Free airspeed though. Free airspeed. Can't complain.
Right, yeah. Indicated 110, ground speed 160. I'll take that.
I had my best one yet. I think it was late Sunday. Flew into Kodiak into their DC-6, and the weather was, well, the weather was bullshit. You couldn't see anything, even on the ground.
Typical Alaska.
Yeah. And I had like a 46 knot tailwind all the way
God.
there, and I was like, well, it's 100 and whatever miles it was leg, so that's going to take me about 45, 50 minutes. And it's like, there's Kodiak like 2 miles away, and I haven't even started my descent yet. I'm still at 14,000 feet. Jesus Christ.
Whoops.
see if we can find a little place to set her down here.
I think this next is an airport.
You mean a little place to set down
Up
up here?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had a dead stick for a while.
Hey, listen.
Pretty rugged here, S. Well, found a road, so the road looks pretty good.
Well, you call it.
I would just like to say I'm on the top of this ridge line right this end.
A little
Forward
bit of
vector.
extra speed up this high, but
Yeah,
it
you're
works
gonna
out.
need some throttle up here. Be glad you got the Tundra tires. It's pretty rocky.
There we go.
Okay. Let's see if I can. Ew, crosswind. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hard cut, no.
Gotta land with the
I
wind
didn't
here.
make success.
Or not with, against.
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
trying to.
Everybody come to a full stop and we'll see how we do.
I don't know where the hell y'all are.
I'm down in the valley.
No. Why?
Oh. Yeah. We got her on a
Yeah,
wing.
same. I think the wind's knocked me over.
Yeah, the wind is not
Not your friend today.
my friend. That is for sure.
It's alright guys, I'll come all the way back for you.
All right, Wayland. I had a little wing damage too.
Yeah, it's in the bushes over here. Yeah, just aim into the wind, Dragon.
I've had better landings.
No, why? This is stupid.
But it's
Yeah.
very satisfying to see I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I think everybody's.
Everybody's having problems on
Let's
this.
see how DN does here.
Don't watch, Jesus.
It's like, why are you
All
watching?
right. One notch of flaps and back on course.
Oh, he kept it together.
It's about the only time it ever happens.
There we go.
Oh, that was cute.
Full power to get up.
Some throttle here.
All right, everybody reach over and cut off your mags. Pull your power back. You just had an engine failure right after takeoff.
Oh, great.
My God.
Well, that sucks.
Rexpo's still on the ground.
No, you
No?
Oh, or he's really close.
Nope.
Oh God.
I'm,
Let's see.
Remember, you don't want to land on top of these mountains because you'll never get rescued. You might freeze to death before rescue.
Okay.
And then how will you get your airplane back?
There is
I'm
a
gliding
confluence-
into the valley here,
Yeah, me
hoping there's
too.
a place to put down.
Yeah, there's a
I
confluence of
see
two
what
rivers
looks like a
directly
lot
ahead.
of sandbars down here, so
Yeah,
it
well,
may be
guess
pretty
what?
good.
They look pretty good until you get close to them. Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't see where y'all were on the last one, so I opted for a sandbar, and it turned out it was not pretty. This is going to be
Looks
ugly.
like a lot of places, but got a lot of altitude to lose.
Actually, you might want to hang a left up to the valley on our left, so you can land into the wind. Because otherwise, it's going to be a fast landing.
Where's my wind at right now? Okay. I mean, I've still got a lot of altitude to burn. I'm just kind of cruising up here, just looking for some place.
Ooh, bridge. Maybe not.
Sandbar.
That's
I got a
relative.
sandbar. I got a
An engine
sandbar.
out bridge, that's pretty good.
I got a sandbar. Stall warning going off. I'm upside down.
Oh, I see Rexpo down there.
That
Actually,
wasn't nice.
let's see here. Yeah, I do see that sandbar down there, but
I don't recommend it.
well, there's maybe
You think
some.
it's a sandbar till you get down to it and there's water in it.
Well, maybe a little bit further up the valley there, looks like there might be something kind of backtracking, so I'm gonna kind
I got what looks like a pretty good one right here. Looks pretty flat, no water. I think.
I'm gonna try and track back a
It
little
ain't
bit
that
here.
flat.
We'll see.
I'm gonna take off from the road here. Oops, that was a truck. Firewall the throttle and I am up. Flaps up.
That's a done deal. I'm good.
All right, made it down. Certainly not as flat as it looks like.
Still on my way
Where
down.
I
Not
am
at
is
all.
super flat.
Oh my god. I just had a 20 knot crosswind about flipped me on my side. Oh man, that thing's full of trees. That ain't gonna do.
All
You
these
land on the
cars
road.
going by wondering what the hell's going on.
You land on the road, watch out for the trucks.
There's a little bit of a plateau here in front of me I might be able to make it to. Oh shit, burning too much airspeed. I don't think I'm gonna make that now. Hey, come on, baby.
Well-
Wind shifted on me. It's no bueno.
Climb out's going to be extreme after you take off.
I'm doing that now. I'm going the wrong way and I got nowhere to turn around.
Man, don't do this. This is bad. Oh. Did I keep it? Oh, I kept it. Oh, yeah. Made it. Nice. Here we go.
Yep. Takeoff is where you're most likely to get your engine failures. High RPM, high power.
Yeah, especially when you do it on purpose.
Exactly.
Spinning around Rexpo, you're doing
Yeah, I know, I'm going the wrong way here.
I found the only puddle in this damn sandbar where I've put down.
I did exactly
Half
the
the
same.
water now.
I thought this is perfect. I'm absolutely gonna butter this, and oh, there's water. Great, on my face.
I'm actually, I got down in one piece. I actually didn't tip over or didn't wind strike or anything. I'm just up to the half of my tires in water now.
All right, that was wide enough to turn around.
Man, coming through this valley, there's some nasty crosswinds. Jesus.
Fixing to hit 10,000 feet on the climb out here too.
Just past 8. God. Clear this ridge over here and get back on course.
Oh, I see you.
I'm back behind you guys around the corner. Yeah, it's
Jeez, there's some chop down here.
That's choppy.
But at least I can see where I'm going.
Yeah, no bright flashes of lightning either.
oh
Well, not
say
yet.
it.
I reading that right, Rocket? Are you at 11.5?
Yes,
Jeez, there's another
actually
run out.
11.2 right now.
Oh my goodness gracious. Kind of flipped me over almost.
Yeah, that's about what happened to me when I didn't have an engine. I was like, no, 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 please don't do that. Not this close to the ground. Then it switched around and started blowing down the valley at me. I quickly lost all the airspeed I was hoping to keep to get to where I wanted to go. Luckily, I still got it down. It's not the worst place I've had the dead stick, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of choices there, was there?
No. Let's see. Probably the two worst ones I've had recently was over Cyprus, which is extremely mountainous, lots of trees, no place to set down. And then,
Or you up in the mountains, eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
You should try walking it. It's rough as hell.
oh yeah, I bet. And then somebody dead sticked us over Bethlehem when we were passing over there, and which is extremely hilly and very populated. There's just buildings everywhere. It's just really small, like zigzagging streets and everything. So there's like zero place to set down there either.
Yeah, you can't find Main Street, can you?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when I was in Cyprus as a kid, we actually walked from Akatiri coast up to the top of Troodos Mountains and back again in
Jesus.
over 5 days in the middle of summer.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Hey, but it was fun then.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I mean, the idea of doing that now is, yeah, no thanks, busy that week.
Right.
See, we got an airport at the end of this leg here, don't we?
42 miles away right now. Sierra
Wow.
Papa Lima Hotel is the airport.
Yeah, I guess that'll have to be our rest spot unless we find something better.
Let's see.
Not seeing anything.
Check out the flight plan. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be. Let's see what our weather looks like there. No weather data down there, unfortunately.
I got weather data.
Only one
I
runway.
got weather data.
Huh?
Let's see, weather is.
I'm not getting it through my
Oh, I've
through
got
my
a little map
GTN
now.
for whatever reason.
It
Oh,
is.
okay. I'm sure it's using a different source.
Like if I know how to read this, which I don't really think I do, I could just, I could copy and paste it.
No chart available. Okay, that's fine. Well, the elevation is only 1,358 feet,
Oh,
so
I'm only getting the weather nearest, which is SPSO.
What's the identifier on that
SPL.
airport?
Sierra Papa
Sierra Papa Lima
Yep.
Hotel.
Lima Hotel.
In Expedition Chatter, or Expedition Chat, I'll put the nearest weather information, which is a nearby airport, so I don't know.
Do that. Take a look. Let's see.
Sierra Papa Sierra Oscar. Yeah, it's down on the
Wind's
coast.
blowing 305 knots. Looks like.
305
No.
knots.
300
No,
degrees.
it's blowing from
5 knots.
300 at 5 knots.
I was going to say 305 knots.
Right.
That's last week
That
all
could,
over
that
again.
could tend to be worse than last week, wouldn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Well, if we survive this, I'm gonna apply to Lufthansa.
Right, yeah. Apparently they're having apocalyptic storms there at the next airport, 300 mile an hour winds.
Damn.
There's literally
As
nothing
long as
there.
you don't land it worse than fly worse than Aerosuker, I think you're fine.
Oh my god, dude.
Well,
these
you
cross-
get to your destination in a hurry, but what the hell would you do when you get there?
Pray.
Yeah, I've got so blasé about it now. You know, I see 45 knot wind, and all I need to know is, yeah, but which way? Is that
Right.
going to be a
I think
slog,
you're
or
gonna
am I going to
wanna
be there in
land
20 minutes?
runway 15.
Yeah, that's this end, isn't it? Yeah.
Or no. You're gonna want
Yeah, no. Because 300 is it's basically blowing from the end of 15 down, coming from direction 300.
What?
So it's going to be a little bit of a crosswind.
I really need to learn how to tell degrees in my head.
Yeah, if you remember that wind direction is always the direction it's coming from,
Right.
Yes.
and work from there, that's how I do it.
Yep.
If you have
It would-
those really high altitude airports like the one we departed from, better pay attention to your wind direction. But down in the valleys and stuff near sea level doesn't really matter. On this aircraft.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 5 knots, so it's not the worst thing in the world, obviously. But,
Didn't you say that coming into our final destination last week? Then?
right, yeah, right. This shouldn't be bad at all.
Does anyone know if Osprey had similar problems or was it just us?
I don't know.
I know. I saw a couple of photos, and it looked like what it looked like for us when we departed today. Yeah, after last week, I got myself a drink and went back there. Probably about 45 minutes later, it was still absolutely hammering it down.
Jesus.
Didn't find any bodies, so I'm sure it's okay.
So it's just kind of... What's that?
I was just going to say, this train looks... if you told me you were in the Jordanian desert or something, I wouldn't argue with you.
Right. Yeah, it's yeah, especially coming off the edge of the mountains here.
I'm the first to complain about the lack of turbulence within the sim, but some days you just wish you just stop it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, some pretty good turbulence over these mountains.
Yep.
Geez, into 7-8 knot headwind there.
Yeah, thank God we're doing downhill anyway.
Right.
Yeah, the fun one in the week would be the DC6. I was chatting on the forum there, and he's put together a bunch of weather ships for the Atlantic, and they've all got
Nice.
NDB transmitters on them.
Uh-huh.
So you can get across the Atlantic by effectively jumping from one NDB beacon to the next, just by dialing in the frequencies and obviously fly towards it on the needles on the steam gauges.
Great.
And then obviously when you get there, tune to the next one, jump across. I managed to get halfway across the Azores and chose the wrong weather ship, started coming back again. I was like,
no.
God, that's 4 hours in the air. Check your goddamn information.
Yeah.
It's actually quite therapeutic. Obviously I dialed in some absolutely terrible weather, so I couldn't, so I had to work at it, get some drift on. But
Right.
it's, for like transocean flights, old school way, and it's completely opposite of everything I'm into. If I can get a computer to do it for me, I will. But yeah, I think that's probably it. Actually, I spend all day working with computers, so I think it's probably it's probably the antidote.
That's cool. Alright. 20 miles. Look like 20 miles on the GPS. What time we got here? 12:04? That's right.
Please turn off all electronic devices and have to board them.
Yeah, tell them you're busy flying in South America or you'll call them back.
What's that? Sorry, I can't hear you over the engine. I'm over the Andes right now.
I think it's hilarious. I don't ever get really any phone calls during the week, but I swear, as soon as I take off, like my mom calls, then my grandma calls, and my friend calls, and I'm like, what are we doing here? What's going on? Y'all know I fly from 10 a.m. to
Quick, give me a
12
call.
p.m. every Saturday, and I've been doing it for like the past 30 or 40 weeks. And,
It's not a surprise.
Yeah, they probably do it because they know where you'll be.
fair.
Yeah, we know he's
That's
home
fair.
at this point, so.
Yeah, my other son's getting married next month, and we just went for a final suit fitting, and I was getting a bit twitchy because it's down in Bristol, it's a good hour's drive away, and I was thinking, oh, the traffic sucks as well. And I said, could I go in first? And I've got to get back, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I've got to get back from kids' party and stuff like that. And Mike says, well, what are you going to get back for? I'm flying through the Andes. They all looked at me. They all looked at me and went, "You fucking geeks, Jesus."
I'll call you if you accept the charges.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Fucking geeks.
It's funny. My youngest son's the same. He's, he has to be at a certain point at a certain time of day because he's, he does all these sort of iRacing leagues with all the car
Sure.
racing stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, he starts getting twitchy and sweaty if it looks like he's going to be late.
Oh, I know. That's like me. Anytime I get a flight on here, man, I'm like, fuck. Like looking at the traffic on the way home from work and stuff during the week for the Bush League flights and stuff like that. I'm like, son of a bitch. My fiance is like getting ready to go to work, and I'm like, sorry, I've got a flight in like 5 minutes. I gotta get the sim started up.
My wife's on the way out to work, and I was like, "You got time to make me a coffee?" Because I'm kind of, I'm on my final approach. She's like, "Jesus fucking Christ! I was meant to be out the door 2 minutes ago." 50 years old. Jesus. Yeah, having to put a suit on today reminded me that actually I sometimes do have to be an adult. That kind of
Right.
sucks.
Right.
Hey, this is adult stuff.
I just aspire to be a
Right.
gamer when I'm 50 as well, so.
Right,
You are
yeah.
goals for me.
Was that? Oh god, there's like that. At least there was. I don't know how many of them guys are still around, but what used to be like a CS::GO team of guys that were probably in their like 60s
Oh,
and
that's
70s.
super cool.
I think the team name was like this.
That's
the Silver
great.
Snipers or something.
That's
like that.
awesome.
Just a bunch of old guys just
Yeah.
having a fun time, man, just playing Counter-Strike.
That's amazing. Love that.
Alright, here we are.
Yeah, no, I'm always gonna be a gamer. I'll play as long
Yep.
as I'm able to. Pick it up a little bit here so I can 8 miles out.
It's like wind direction has changed. Now it's gonna be a
Yeah, we're
crosswind.
just gonna have a
Yeah.
straight up crosswind. Yeah.
Alright, I got the runway in sight.
I missed out.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't see it yet. Oh no, I see it. It's like
Yeah,
tucked right up
it's
there
the
against
highway.
that hill too. Like it looks like if you were to take off on going 3-3. No? Am I okay? Maybe I'm looking at something else.
Yeah,
here.
out in the open.
I came in on 1.5 just because it's closest. Ah, hell, here's the phone still ringing again. My sister calling. She knows if I don't call her back right away that I'm flying. She ought to know that this is standard times here.
Oh, I see it out there now. I was looking closer to this little mountain here. I see the runway now though.
like they're directly across 6 knot.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Jesus. Huh. Only 6 knots, it's fine. Still, it's like it was like perfectly down, like
But that's where we were. Yeah.
down the runway.
Yeah, it's still gonna push you to the right though when you touch down, so just be ready.
Oh, we're coming from the north here a
It's
little
gonna
bit,
push
some of
me
us are,
left, it
so.
looks like.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna kill this throttle and lose some airspeed here.
Check your parking brake, because I didn't.
Womp womp. I always readjust on the weekends because I fly trike gear a lot. I'm like, oh no, I can just lay on the brakes, you know, when I'm landing. Nope.
I think this is called a ground loop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's.
Is there a fuel pump here at all?
Bounce, bounce. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I don't think so, man.
Going down to this end to see.
All right, everybody down. I've got 13 after, so
Yeah.
I'll let's be back at 25. That'll give
Alright.
us 12 minutes.
Copy that.
All righty.
I think I see a fuel box.
Oh. I'm surprised.
Yep, there is one. Down here at parking. It's out in the grass, but it's a fuel pump.
Good deal.
I think it'd be nice if they'd find a Sobo would find a way to cut the grass every once in a while, especially at airfields
Forklift, what are you doing?
or grass strips. I just hate landing at a grass airstrip and the grass is up above my 35-inch bush tires.
forklift. What are you doing? Stupid forklift.
Die Hard Cast. Oh no, he's coming back to finish us off.
No.
Or to finish himself off.
That could be.
Taka, 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 taka.
All right, got about 1 minute to go.
Rocket, do I remember hearing right you tried one of the next level racing sim setups?
Yeah, I was on iRacing.
Yeah.
That was before Flight Simulator came out.
You say you didn't get on with it?
I did get on it, yeah.
Yeah, I just got myself one. GT. Can't remember the name of it now. They're nice one anyway. And
I used to race Formula One, also the ones that they had, but I liked iRacing better.
Yeah. Oh no, I love this for a flight sim setup. Really comfy.
Okay, everybody back and ready?
I'm back.
We'll find out. Let's hit it.
Well, that was clever.
That's a lot of left rudder pedal on that takeoff.
So next up is the mask.
So just make sure you don't hit the toe brake while you're doing it. That's all.
Yeah. Everybody get off okay?
Define okay.
I'm airborne if that's what.
Good thing I wore the brown pants today.
No one will ever know.
What did you wear last week?
Brown.
Yeah. At least they
Yeah,
were
no
brown
one will
afterwards.
No one will ever know except for the smell.
Right.
He was feeling sassy last week and he had his white jeans on. Bad call.
Absolutely. Same jeans this week, except the brown one.
Now, do we know if these lines are visible? Because when I came back up for 7 continents, I couldn't see anything. I was wondering if I was just too low.
Well, it said that you can see them except for like finest details, but he said most of them you should be able to see. So I guess we'll find out.
You have to have a very vivid imagination to see the things that they're supposed to represent. But it's kind of like, you know, looking at constellations in the sky. You just have to use a lot of imagination to see, I don't know, whales and monkeys and things, in my experience, which is
So
limited.
So there's going to be a bunch of V8s thundering around out here, right?
Right, yeah.
One of them is supposed to look sort of like a human with a monkey tail.
Yeah, isn't there an eagle as well, I think?
There's a spider, an eagle, there's some big spiral. A lot of the lines are just like straight lines, like they almost look like airfields.
Like runways, yeah.
No, they look like airfields. It's crazy.
But you know what from Daniken says, that there are spaceports for aliens.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but surely they don't need 12,000 feet of paved runway. Surely they just hover down, right?
I mean, going at that speed, you might.
Yeah, true.
Is there a certain altitude we can see them better at?
No,
I'm trying-
Might have to do a few circuits.
Trying to remember, I think the lines actually show up better, I think above 5,000 feet above ground level, but I'm not sure about that. It's been a long time since I read anything on it, and I should have read up on it knowing we were going to be there.
All right, well, let's just go up to 5,000 feet and see how we do.
Copy that. Climb it to 5.
May actually be higher than that, but I'm not sure.